All right, boys, this is going to be a trade breakdown on the shorts we caught today. I did end up closing this position early just because it was really late. I think it was about this low right here. Um, Again, it was 3 in the morning, damn near for me. I really wanted this, but because I did not take a bracket order, I could not leave it running in my sleep. To start off, this is a trade I really wanted Friday. All right, so today is August 3rd. This happened last night. When did I get in here? Around midnight. But this is a trade I really wanted Friday, and we'll get into exactly why. So, if we recap to Friday, we can actually replay it here, see exactly what happened. We ended up having, I believe it was a 4-hour OB up here. Yep, and a 45-minute OB. There is this high here that actually sent us way further down. So I really wanted this to get taken out before even looking for shorts. Reason I was eyeing shorts to begin with. Again, we are just respecting PDAs, sending us lower. This entire move up has been non-rebalanced, right? We haven't hit EQ. We've left accumulation lows down here. I'm expecting a lot of this low resistance liquidity to get taken out. On top of that, at the open, we were waiting for manipulation one way or another. If it was to the downside, it would have been much lower. I wouldn't have been interested in taking the longs. So ideally, us taking out this high, also London high, Asia high, it just felt like a really free trade. We didn't actually end up getting that. So I wanted this breakout structure down here, taking out a bit of these accumulation lows. Before we end up going up into this 3-minute OB right here. I could not confirm this as a 5-minute just because simply we did not take that low in the OB candle. So there was no 5-minute, just a 3-minute. We ended up just dumping and not giving us an entry, but does not mean that it is not worth taking still. You can see we actually ended up just going much further, all the way down to these lows here. So we took out a lot of this liquidity, these accumulations here. And ideally, I actually did want lower for today. So Sunday we open, we are just straight up accumulating. And around midnight, we start getting this push, right? And with this reaccumulation, I'm thinking in my head, we could absolutely manipulate, take this high, but if we do that, I don't want shorts anyways, and I'll be hunting longs all week. Decided to just take the 3-minute because if we come into here and look at where CE is, it did align with, I believe it was a 15-minute or a 45. No, the same 4-hour. So the same 4-hour is still holding us. It is still valid. And I didn't want to take the 3-minute anymore since we have these two stacked. I really wanted that stack, stop at the high, 30 points, no problem. I wasn't going to wait for an entry trigger as well, because even if I did get an entry trigger, say we get a flip on the 3-minute, create a new 3-minute OB, I'm risking the same amount of stop here, but my stop is now inside the PDA I want to trade. So it just made more sense. Take the tap in and see what happens. With this entry, I'm also now looking for us to at least fill this gap. All right. I'm going to leave replay for a second. This is for sure going to fill a gap in my eyes. And beyond filling gap, I want to see a reaction off this strong 1-hour OB. I am very happy that I could not stay awake, or that I didn't do a bracket order, or else I actually would have gotten edged on my TP and this would have ran right back to break even. So you could say I dodged the bullet by coming out with 150 points, whatever it was, 140 points. I just couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. So thank God for that. Now, if we're going to just have an outlook on the market for today or recap, it is very weird how we didn't end up at least filling gap, taking out this low. But when we go look at ES, it does paint the picture where we accumulated all night, came in, tapped gap, and just absolutely ran with all of tech pumping. That explains it. You can't always expect one asset class to do all the work. In this case, ES has been leading for at least 2-3 weeks now. Today's no different. It is the start of a week as well, start of a month. It was definitely a riskier trade, right? Because ideally I wanted this low to get taken before we continue, but I still didn't see anything wrong with this, especially because we did just accumulate into our PDA. With the very end of it manipulating, right? Even on a macro, if we go into the 1 minute, you can see we just accumulate, manipulate, straight up, reject, deliver. This was a very straightforward trade. There was no standard deviation involved in this one. This is just purely market structure and a bit of my indicator. But this is what I would consider A+. Now looking forward, right, we have absolutely ripped these highs. So these were protected highs over here that were actually supporting this move down, and it just kept continuing, right? Here, here. And now that we've taken all of these highs, for the rest of the week, I will be hunting longs. I do think over the next couple months, we're going to just go for October all-time high. And of course, everything can change. We do still have this very, very ugly devil's mark on a daily. So that is something to watch out for, but market structure shows us exactly what we want to see. We are now supporting bullish structure. So I would absolutely love to see if we accumulate here, then start falling back down to here, support off that, and take us higher. If you guys do have any questions, either join the Discord, or if you're already in there, just ask me and I will answer any questions you have about this trade or my outlook on the week.